Okay, we're back for the next stage of Hamilton Butter's little adventure here. It has been quite a while since I played. I did take a big break from the game after the last video, so I'm probably going to be quite awful at it for a bit. I'm just going to start off slow. I think that I've already done all of the trading in here that I want to do. I'm fairly certain that I did that before I took my break on the last video. We'll harvest a bunch of vine wafers there. And, let's just head to the world map and decide where we're going to go. Let's see, we'll head to the northeast here, and we discover a lair. Would we like to investigate? Absolutely, why not? We'll see what's here. We discover the lair of Muv, the legendary irritable tortoise. Hopefully it's not a violent one, I'm sure it will be. Got a feral dog to the north there. It's a swarming creature. And it looks like it has a pal, another feral dog over there, and a salt hopper. I'm a human, so I don't have any real skills. I just kind of have to play it safe here. And yeah, we're just going to run around for a bit. Try not to get into too much trouble. Follow this road to the south for a second. I just want to chop up some of the creatures around here, kind of get my bearings again on the game. We'll loot the bronze sword, and then we're going to go try out that lair and see what's inside. Start stocking up on more stuff to sell. What is my inventory anyways? I've got plenty of food to witch bark, a couple grenades that may or may not come in handy. I have a carbide longsword. What do I have equipped? I have my fists and a steel battle axe. In my left hand here, let's put that carbide longsword. I'm sure I'll have to replace that as soon as it starts getting dark, but for now it's 8 a.m. And I guess we'll go back up here. I may actually try to kill that salt hopper if we can fight it solo. It starts sprinting at us from the screen over there, and from the north a horned chameleon charges after at us. We chop his horn off and kick him to the ground, and are quickly ambushed by an irritable tortoise, and we should be able to dispatch it. There we go. A salamander crawls after us, licking at our feet. We chomp him down and then chop a dog in two as well. And another salamander crawls out of the river. We quickly dispatch him, and we just rest on the riverbank there until we're healed. The salt hopper from the west is now sprinting after us. And of course, I can't fight him alone. A dog charges from around the corner at us. I don't think I'm going to be able to fight this thing. It's got rending mandibles. I want to get my escape ready down here. And of course, a salamander is charging after at us. We swing at him. He's actually damaged pretty good. He's down to 15. Still got 15 health. We strike him for 4 damage. And we destroy him with a double blow there. One from our sword and one from our axe. Chopping his head off and then chopping his legs off. He lays there twitching. Nasty little bug creature. We'll rest on the riverbank again. Kind of cool down in the water there. Where's all this stuff coming from? A salamander and a dog. Are they running from off screen after me? Or are there really that much stuff here? Coming up out of this cave to get me? Where are you at? There it is. What do we have? A witchwood tree. I might as well harvest some witchwood from it. Now we've got 4. I really hate removing this sword, but I'm gonna have a torch on while we're down here. This isn't a place that's lit up by any human lights. It's completely pitch black. Bones litter the floor. Looks like we got water down here too, a creek. Got a horned chameleon and an electrofuge coming after us. We're just gonna step back for a second. I don't want to be in the water when this thing starts sparking at us. It's down to 13 health, 3 health. We chop it blows up into a pile of rubble, shooting sparks and flames all over the place. This horned chameleon's actually putting up a pretty good fight. Another horned chameleon steps up to the plate. Or is that the same one? No, it's the same one. You know what, we're gonna run, because I may actually die here. And I refuse to die to a horned chameleon. So we'll just run back here to the corner and kind of rest until we're healed. We rest for 3 hours, chowing down on some star apple. pondering why we're being destroyed by a bunch of little nasty chameleons. Which one's almost dead? That one... This one has 911 hit points. We strike it down and then drown its partner under the water, holding its little horned chameleon head down. Teach him a lesson. It's 10 p.m. We rest for 2 hours after that fight. The water in this cave is knee-deep. And here we can see the water kind of funneling its way down into a stairwell, leading deeper into the underground. I guess we'll slide down that little hole here in a minute. And continue our hunt for this legendary tortoise. That I'm fairly certain it's going to be able to destroy us. A crocodile charges out of the water. We chop it down and butcher some raw meat from it. Didn't take any skin or leather, so I'm not going to be able to make handbags, dang it. I'm sure the merchants would absolutely love to buy that stuff. A giant amoeba crawls and pulls himself out of the slime pool, and we quickly dispatch him. Huh. What is in the... Nothing's in the chest. It's completely empty. A waterlogged, sunken treasure chest sits in that little pool of water. Whatever was in it has washed away long ago. Unfortunate for us. So is that it then? Yeah. Down we go to level 2. Fully healed and completely re-energized. It's 3 a.m. when the water continues its downward journey through the cave system here. Ambushed by another amoeba, we drop him. Are these chests really empty? Yeah, this one's empty too. That one's completely destroyed. And a goat folk sower charges out of the shadows at us. It's average hostile. It throws some seeds at us. I'm not going to take any chances here. We're going to use... is this what I want to use? Let's see. A salve injector. Recover 0.9 hit points. Minimum of 5. Yeah, let's apply that. We feel a soothing tingle. And then we go to battle with the goat folk sower. The soothing tingle fades as the meds work their way through our system. It's down to 21 hit points and putting up a pretty good fight. It gores us with its tusks, hoofs us in the shin. We block a blow and swing at it, hitting it for 9 damage right in the chest, driving it backwards. It's down to 2 hit points and we finally drop it. And it drops Sower's Seed times 3. I'm going to rest here until we're healed. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. We had to take a fairly long break after that fight. It completely exhausted us. A dawn glider is down here. A feathered serpent glides upon great leathery wings. A dawn glider, I should have figured. We pat out the flames. I'm going to use... what's the Sphinx Salt Injector? I forgot what that does. We're immune to confusing attacks and we peer into the near future. We may revert to the point in time. Lasts for 18. You know what? I'm going to try this. I'm going to apply it. There we go. And there we go. It'll save our game. Because if I'm going to try to kill this Dawn Glider. If I'm unable to, we're going to try to run. That may not work either. Heaven forbid we step into a puddle of water whenever it shoots its flames at us. And let's use... I'm going to use another salve injector here, and then we're going to be out. It hiss. Oh, damn. I didn't know that... I forgot that tonics would react. I didn't think about salve injectors reacting. The tonics you ingested react adversely to each other. You cannot see to see. Your mind cracks as a bell struck by a hammer. Our Sphinx salt is about to run out. Well, I completely botched that. Would I like to return to the start of our vision? Yes, I would. Absolutely, I would. Even though that means now the Sphinx injector is completely worthless to me because I'm not going to be confused, and the only reason I was using it was to have some precognition. But at least I'll have my salve injector. Oh, but I'm gonna have to use it probably, otherwise I'm gonna die. How about we eat some witchwood? There we go. We chow down on that. It did not seem to heal us. Why did the witchwood... Did I not eat the witchwood? We eat the Wulahaga, and it tastes great. The Huda Humcha hits for 1 damage barehanded. We swing at it. It's blocked by the Wahumam. Well, where is it at? It strikes at us, but doesn't penetrate our armor. We're dancing around trying to swing at it. We hit it for 1 damage. It's down to 29. It's the Huda Humchuncha. It doesn't penetrate our armor. Where is it? It's dancing all around us. It's gonna have flames soon. There it is. Finally, we regain our senses. And we've only hit it for 1 damage. It's done like 4 damage to us. We swing at it again and miss. It bites us for 1 damage, pecking us in the neck. We hit for 6 damage. We roll underneath its wings here. Get back to hammering it down, chopping at it with our axe. Well, we might actually be able to do this. Down to 4 hit points. The bloody Dawn Glider hits us for 1 damage, punching us in the face with the edge of its wing. You're not getting out of this one, Dawn Glider. We got you now. And we kill our Dawn Glider. I think that's the first Dawn Glider I've killed. It could have went a little bit smoother if I hadn't been fucking around with tonics, but oh well. We survived. I actually really do not like this place now that there's Dawn Gliders and Goat Sowers and a ton of water down here. It's just begging for a steam bath. We're grabbed by the jilted lever vines. It tries to pull us under the water. I will not allow it to happen. It's 12 p.m. We spent a lot of time down here. I'm just going to leave the spiders alone, by the way. An irritable tortoise, perhaps a young version of the legendary one that lives here, crawls after us. We quickly dispatch and chop him down, and looks like a crocodile comes charging after us. We butcher him, and unfortunately I was unable to take any of his delicious meat. How much croc meat do I have, or have I already ate it all? Yeah, I think I've already, yeah, it's the most delicious thing I've got, so I went for it first. And look at that. There's a salamander and a slumberling. That is, oh goodness. I just saw blood fly through the screen. The slumberling is awake. And it punched out that salamander. I'm getting out of there. Dumb salamander. Playing with fire. I guess it went over there and gored the slumberling in the foot, and the slumberling just flicked its pinky at it. We run face to face with an irritable tortoise, and another salamander comes crawling out of the water at us. We stomp him down into the ground, don't even need to use our weapon, little ankle biters. It's 5 p.m. We rest for a bit. Now, do we want to continue to go down, or do we want to just hunt down this legendary beast? Goat Folk Savage. A goat folk brute with massive horns. It's tough, it's hostile. We're gonna bring it back here and try to take it down. How about I equip these sower seeds here. Sower seeds, a small warm seed. We equip it. And the Goat Folk Savage charges after us. It closed the gap in that time. Whenever I picked up the seeds. I was gonna try to throw it at him and burn him in the water there, but that didn't work. Okay, so we're going to fight him by these stairs. If worst comes to worst, I'm just going to sprint and run up the stairs. I've got harvest, sprint. Okay, we swing at him. We hit him for 3 damage, he hits us for 1. Let's get to this. He starts kicking our ass. We drop him by 9 points. He's down to 51. We miss multiple times. He dodges, weaving in and out of our blows, pirouetting around our strikes. We're unable to land a solid blow on him, and he continues to pummel us. The bloody Goat Folk Savage hits for 2 damage with our fists. We swing at it, it dodges and rams us in the side with its horns. We're down to 19 health. I'm gonna lose this fight. We're gonna run. We begin sprinting. We hit the stairs at full speed. And sprint up the first flight of stairs there up to the surface. It's 7 p.m. We're gonna rest. I think we're done with that little layer there. Yeah, I'm not going back to it. Let's go to the world map. A rusted archway, the Grit Gate, Golgotha. Shrouded in the rotting jungle are the mouths of the rust caves of Golgotha. Chrome's graveyard. What quest do I have? Raising Indrix, find a Mammon soul drinker. Travel to the goat folk village and find Mammon soul drinker. Recover the Amarathine prism? No. Travel to Grit Gate, travel to the ruined subterranean gate north of Joppa, locate the Barathramite Conclave, and speak with the Barathamites. I don't really want to do any of that yet. I'm just going to continue to walk around and explore. Hopefully we can bump into some nice ruins or something. We'll walk along the edge of the salt dunes here. Well, maybe we won't bump into anything. The asphalt mines. Rubble encases this abandoned mine where ancient tribes siphoned the black blood for their own inscrutable purposes. We could go there. I've been to the Bethesda Susa before. One of my previous characters, the Garden of Geth. Here lies the Garden of Geth, from whose ancient coordinates seeds sprouted in the spite of the earth's churlishness. Well, could make our way up to one of them. Are these trees anything? Jungle, jungle, jungle. Just jungle and hills and mountains over there. I really would like to make my way up to the almond porch there and check it out. There we go. I tried to travel to the northwest and we become lost. Oh well, there's a whole bunch of snapjaws running around here. We'll pick up that bronze longsword. I'm just going to start grabbing it all. 2 more snapjaws turn the corner. We strike down one, swing around it, go for its friend, and swing down and strike the hunter too. He drops a lacquered bronze dagger. How about we take that and take the staff and take the short bow. I think I picked up its body. Yeah, I didn't want to eat the snapjaw corpse. That's nasty. My character's got more class than eating snapjaw, damn it. Oh well. We ate him, and now his soul and power are ours. We turn the corner and come face to face with a couple more snapjaws. One drops an iron mace, and a snapjaw brute roars at us. He's clutching a copper nugget in his hand, and he swings at us. We kick his snapjaw scavenger friend head first into the wall there. His neck snaps backwards, and he drops. And we cut down this brute. He drops a copper nugget that we pick up, and I'll take the iron dagger. Why not? Pretty interesting area here. Wide-brimmed hat. Am I in a dead end? Surely not. We hit that snapjaw at full speed. Drop the nullworm skull. I'll pick that up. Those sell for a little bit. Hey, there's a chest down there. We chop down that snapjaw. Hit him at full speed and just, I guess, cut him in the legs and he drops. And inside this chest is 2 nuggets, 2 copper nuggets, and a water skin filled with 59 drams of fresh water. Why can't I pick it up? Am I having a derp moment on these treasure chests? How about we pour it into another container? I've got an empty water skin. We'll empty this water skin then. Yeah, it should give me the option to pick it up, but it doesn't. I don't know what's going on there. We hit the snapjaw scavenger and drop him. He leaves us a bronze short sword that we'll take. More snapjaws turn the corner. And we're going to dispatch them fairly easily. Wait a second, what was that? The bronze dagger is destroyed. We take 21 damage from the snapjaw scavenger's explosion. He threw a Mark I grenade at us. The bronze battle axe is destroyed. So he destroyed some items in my inventory. You jerk. We run at him and charge at him, completely decapitating him whenever we swing our axe across. I see you up there, Hunter. That snapjaw scavenger gets thrown over the tree with our blow, and his buddy soon joins him. Hello, Hunter. Yes, I see you. He drops an iron longsword and a short bow. He just wanted our attention. I don't know why. Try to rest here, and another snapjaw emerges from the shadows. It's 9 a.m., and the sun is casting long shadows over the canyons here. Pass a few turns to come here, Hunter. You want to play? He drops a slender short bow. I'll take that. I'm going to leave the rest of the stuff. Let's rest until we're healed here. We rest for a few hours. It's now 1 p.m. and another treasure chest filled with 52 vine wafers. I'm going to eat all of them. Can't pick them up. There we go. Delicious. Back here in the corner, hey, caravan guards. There's a caravan hiding back here, camping for the night. Excuse me, coming through. I've got stuff to trade, and we ask the merchant where we are. He marks it on the map. What a lovely fellow. Hello, merchant. We'll buy all of his lead slugs and shotgun shells. Now that's fancy. Now this is really fancy, a nano-weave vest. This vest is densely woven fiber, the strands dug right up from the ancient stinking ground. It's light and flexible, but nearly indestructible. I wish I could afford that. Couple artifacts, another Taco Suprema. I would love to eat one of those. A Crystal short sword. A thin sword made of luminescent green crystal. If only it was an axe. Folded carbide. This guy's got a lot of good stuff. Copper nugget, 7 drams of honey. I'm gonna buy the nugget. Let's see, we'll put the nullworm skull up for trade. The sower seeds don't go for very much. All of this stuff can be put up there. All of these junky bows I don't need. And I think that's all I want to get rid of for now. So that's what, 100 drams? I've got 301 drams in reserve. Don't really have enough. The current armor I've got on is nowhere near as good as this. That would really punish my dodge, though. An iron weave cloak. No, I don't want that. This is tough. I kind of want to try to afford this carbide plate here. Do I have anything else I can trade? No. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to trade that. I will pick up these 2 artifacts, however, in a small milky tube, just because. An herberry. A small, perfectly ripe berry. I'm going to pick that up. Why not? And, actually, I don't want that copper nugget, so there we go. We'll have to pony up 18 drams of fresh water. That's fine. There we go. So let's examine these weird artifacts now. We got small milky tubes. We examine them. It's a rubber gum injector. What does that do? 100 electrical resist, 50 cold resist, -1 armor value. Will bleed more. Really helps us absorb bludgeoning and falling damage. We can't be grabbed by IVs or anything like that. That's pretty good, actually. The small turquoise tube. It is a shade oil injector. I think I've already seen those. I'm not sure. We might examine it here in a moment. This weird artifact is an EMP grenade Mark III. Coming for you, robots. And this is a stasis grenade Mark II. Yeah, real quick, I'll see what the shade oil is. See, we gain the ability to phase out of the spattle dimension for 7 to 9 rounds. I don't know, maybe that means we can walk through walls too, stuff like that. So we travel to the north here and cut down that salamander. You know, I'm not even going to bother fighting those things. We're going to continue walking around. My food supply kind of sucks though. I'm only down to like 100 water vines. Is this anything? Flower fields. Well, I kind of want to continue the adventure to the northeast, but at the same time, I don't want to run out of food. Oh, well, we're going to do it anyways. We'll follow the edge of the mountains here. We're walking along the hills, and we notice some ruins nearby. Yes, we'll investigate. It's 12 a.m. And we've stumbled upon ancient ruins. What do we have here? A bunch of witchwood. I'm going to harvest that, instead of letting it pass us by. We turn the corner and come face to face with an electrofuge. Easy, hostile. We strike it. Get ready to strike it down, and a honey skunk charges after us. Hurry up and die, you damn electrofuge. We kill it and level up to level 9. 2 hit points, 126 skill points, and an attribute point. We finally vanquish the honey skunk, but not before it sprays us again. We rest around the corner for a moment, and it's now 9 a.m. So we got 208 skill points. What do I want to spend it on? I gotta spend it on something. I still haven't bought shields. You know what? I think I have to buy shields. Because we're a melee character, and I'm running around fighting stuff with pretty horrible defensive abilities, actually. So let's buy this. Yes, we will. And we're going to spend the last 108 skill points here on staggering block. Whenever we block an opponent's attack, there is a small chance that your opponent will be stunned for a few rounds. Yes, we'll buy it. There we go. Now I'm not going to feel so vulnerable whenever we're fighting out here. Another electrofuge charges after us. We see him glowing in the daylight. We strike him for 4 damage as he turns the corner. He lands a good blow on us too. Finally we strike him down. Gonna rest after pretty much every fight. These ruins have seen a lot of action. They're tore apart. There's battle scars and holes on almost every wall. What do we got here? A steel battle axe? Why can I not pick that up? The cracked lens. I'll disassemble that because I can't pick it up. And the cop... Am I doing something wrong? Steel battle axe. Look, no. Copper nuggets. See, I need this character to end too, because it's about time that I update the game. It's been a while. There's been several updates come out. And maybe that's been fixed. Yeah. I'm fairly certain that there's nothing else I can do. We're going to harvest more witchwood bark there. At least it might be able to save us. It'll be our saving grace. What did you do, you young ivory? Destroyed a dragonfly, probably. Stabbing up through the ground to get some nourishment from whatever it could find. We run face to face with the salamander and strike it down, and the electrofuge shocks the shit out of us. But we quickly dispatch him. Another salamander turns the corner. We strike him down and string him through on a shish kebab. We'll eat him later. Let's see, there's a leather cloak on the ground. I already got one, though. I will pick up the steel longsword there. Hey, another treasure chest. Steel gauntlets and a copper nugget. I can't even pick up the copper nugget. Here. I guess I can drop it out of the chest. Copper nugget, yeah, pick it up. The gauntlets. Now, before I check that, why is that in my hand? Battle axe. There we go. Boarskin gloves. We'll remove those, and yeah, I do need the steel gauntlets here. We'll pick those up. So I'm going to go back to this treasure chest, actually. Apparently I need to take the items out of the treasure chest, drop them on the ground. Like, let's see. We drop them on the ground. Drop both of those on the ground, and now we can pick them up. So there we go. Let's get both of those, or get that, and the copper nugget. We'll get both of those. Now let's put those fancy gloves on, protect our hands. And get rid of those boarskin gloves too. There we go, we throw them on the ground. And they can rot away as far as I'm concerned. Just tiptoe through here. It's starting to get dark outside, the sun's setting. Behind the mountain ranges. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't think the sun actually sets around any mountain ranges here, because it sets to the west, and that's where the salt dunes are. It would actually light up this whole valleyway, wouldn't it? We harvest 10 star apple from that tree until it dipped over the edge. What is that? And it goes dark finally. Do I not? I've got to have a torch somewhere. Food, grenades, tools, maybe, tonics, no, quest items. It's not under melee weapons, not under meds. Energy cells, applicator. Wait a second, did I get rid of my torches? When the hell did I do that? Oh, I must have accidentally sold them to that merchant. Well, that's what I get. We're gonna sit here and sleep for a while. I can't see a damn thing. If we get ambushed, I'm gonna be killed pretty much instantly. It's 11 p.m. I'm just gonna take a drink here. This is bad. I honestly cannot believe I did that. I always do derpy stuff like that. I'll sell my best weapon, drop it on the ground or something. I don't pay enough attention, I guess. Probably why I die so often in these games. Okay, there's one more little corner back here that I want to check. This room right here. We walk into it and there's just a bunch of witchwood trees, yeah. We'll harvest some bark from them. And let's get out of here. We've got a little bit more food now. We're down to 1 star apple. I'm trying to think. Do we want to swing by the Bethesda Susa? Or do we want to go to the Garden of Geth? I want to try the Garden of Geth if we can get there. I take 1 step to the east and we become lost. Wonderful. And we're surrounded by Snapjaw. We do a spinning maneuver and strike down both of them. He drops a musket. I'm going to pick that up. I can disassemble some of this stuff, apparently. Let's see. Snapjaw corpse. What can I disassemble? Probably just the muskets. Bronze, club, another mask. What are you? A Snapjaw warrior growls and charges at us from the grove there. We laugh and strike him down with ease. And we regain our bearings. Okay. Let's go back to where we know it's kinda safe. There's a boar and a Snapjaw after us. We dispatch the Snapjaw with a flick of our wrist, and then we gib the boar with a final triumphant blow, butchering some boar meat from it. We discovered a lair whenever I try to go to the world map. Yes, I would like to investigate. And we discover the lair of Eriduzor, the legendary boar. Well, I guess we'll poke around here for a little bit. And we get stabbed by a young ivory. Wonderful. Let's rest. We rest until 11 a.m. Nothing bothers us as we lay amongst the dogwood thorn trees. And hey, there's a caravan back here. Where's the merchant at? Hello, Dromad. He's got a missile, a bunch of ammo. I've got more ammo than I'm ever going to use. Chain boots, steel boots. Ooh. That is a very expensive weird artifact. It has 5 armor value and doesn't penalize your dodging at all. That's pretty nice. Fullerite maul, Fullerite dagger. Why does no one carry axes? A carbide shield. 4 armor value, but it drops our dodge by 3, I think. Have I picked up anything even to sell? Steel battle axe, steel longsword, we'll get rid of those. I'm going to keep the musket, and actually I'm going to break that down into parts. Doing fine on water. I'm not going to go thirsty anytime soon. So let's see, we'll buy the star apple, buy the vine wafer, I'm going to buy the raw bear meat. I'm going to buy 2 torches. And I'm going to buy one of these weird artifacts. We offer him, and we'll have to pony up 90 drams of water. That's fine. I've got more than enough to spare. So what are you? What is this thing? It is a laser pistol, and it takes a chem cell. Now that is fancy. Its chem cell is used, and we're going to equip it. I'm actually going to buy this other weird artifact here. We'll have to pony up 103. Yeah, that's fine. If this is the same thing, I might actually be able to sell it for more money. It is a shotgun. Not really the best thing, I guess, but it'll do in a pinch. We get surrounded by a bunch of pygmies. Wow, we step up here and there's a war going on between a bunch of seed spitters and Snapjaws. One of the Snapjaws follows us back down. We dispatch him and... oh, that's just a dogthorn tree. I had my hopes up for a second that it was going to be a star apple tree there. That one is a star apple tree. We harvest 10 star apples and put them in our backpack. And I'm no longer lost, of course. Thank you, merchants. So, continue our little march through the jungles here. We smell roasted boar. I would not like to investigate. You know what? I'm actually going to pass by the Bethesda Susa, since we got there so easily. We're famished now. That is not good. Take a sip of water. We're completely out of vine wafers. Okay, we got to go down here and start doing some combat. It is 1 a.m. We light a torch in the middle of the jungle. It's pitch black. And I am sure we'll be surrounded at some point soon. So we wake up the masters of this place. You don't want to wake anybody up. Just be quiet. Damn, they found us. It's a goat folk savage. It's tough, it's hostile, and a goat folk sower just threw seeds at us. I don't... Yeah, I did not want to bump into goat folk out here. Trolls or anything like that would have been fine, but goat folk... Yeah, they're probably going to end up killing me. Sphinx salt, shade oil, salve injector. Huh. What does Uber Nostrum do again? We recover 0.9 hit points. And it purges us of all short-term biological debuffs. And we also grow 1 severed appendage. That might be a bit much. You know what? I'm going to use the salve injector here. We apply that against our skin. And the goat folk savage steps up. We raise our laser gun and hit him for, looks like 6 damage. We shoot him again for not nearly enough damage. The goat folk sower, he's almost dead. How about we shoot him? The goat folk sower seeds explodes. We take 13 damage. The goat folk sower, I think he dies. The soothing tingle fades. We shot the goat folk savage there again. He's down to 35 hit points. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep shooting him with this laser gun. Why not? He's down to 28, 22, 17, 9. And he's down to 1. We swing at him with our axe and chop his head off. He drops to the ground dead. We gain 375 experience. I'm just going to rest until healed here. In fact... Wow, I rested until daylight, and there's 2 goat folk to the north. There's a sower and a goat folk savage there. We take off to the south, sprinting through the trees as quickly as we can go with the goat folk giving chase. They must have heard our battle in the middle of the night. I'm actually going to get out of here then. You know what? Let's see if I can use this if there's anyone around. Recoilers do not work if people are around. Grit gate, no, we're going to go back to Joppa. We activate it, and we can't teleport with hostiles nearby. Awful. How close are they? I'm going to keep trying, though. Actually, you know what? We can condense some of these menus down. That way I can get to my recoiler even quicker. Okay, we try to activate it. No, there's still hostiles around. Get away from me, you goat bastards! And they oblige as a chitinous puma jumps out of the shadows at us. It claws us for 3 damage. Well, this is where things get even more interesting. I'm pretty sure I cannot fight a chitinous puma. I'm going to try to outrun it. We start sprinting, running to the south. Maybe it won't follow us into this zone here. Even though I'm sure... Oh, there's a bunch of runes. Wonderful. We'll pick our way into a dead end. Awesome choice. Okay, can I use the recoiler yet? No, we can't activate it. There's too many hostiles around. What is this? A leech crawls out of the ground after us. We chop it down. Another leech comes through the trees. And a giant leech. We can feel the very ground shake as it charges after us. It's surrounded by several mini leeches. We do battle with it, swinging, tornadoing around, lashing it all over. It's down to 6, but it's managed to suck half the blood out of our body. We finally finish him off with one triumphant blow that splits him like a zipper from head to tail. And then we slump against a tree and rest until we're healed. And we are dying of hunger. We are starving. Shit is getting real bad now. Can we recoil? And we are transported back to Joppa, finally. Wonderful. Okay, let us harvest 20 vine wafers there, and we quickly start eating them. We're tumescent, but still famished. Tam, do you have any food? Yes. Raw bear meat, 2 star apple, 7 vine wafer. I'll buy that stuff. He's still got all of our old inventory that he hasn't been able to get rid of yet. How about we offer him... I haven't looted anything to offer him either, after we sold that stuff to the last merchant. So we'll offer this up. We'll have to pay 3 drams. Yes, the trade's complete. And we'll start eating through all that stuff quickly. Did we already eat it all? Yeah, now we're down to 1 vine wafer. But we're tumescent and sated. Now we're hungry. Okay, well, I'm gonna save it here and take a break. Whenever we come back, I guess, we'll continue hunting for food. That's our next goal. We're just gonna scout around the little squares around Joppa. There's gotta be some star apple trees that I can stock up food on. And maybe we'll find a layer or two.